Hey, I'm Pastor Matt Peoples, founder and director of the Kairos Network and senior pastor at Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Ridgewood, New Jersey. And I'm here to talk to you more about Video Venue. I'm excited that you're exploring this opportunity, and we are so happy to be able to help you in this process. What's going to follow are a series of videos that will help you learn how to do Video Venue ministry and how to do it well within your church. But before we do that, I want to take an opportunity just to share the why behind Video Venue, because we live in a day and age where the technology is available, but of course people are like, well, why would we do Video Venue? You know, when I was first out of ministry, I became a church planner, and I planted a church in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I spent about 7 years leading that church plant, and it was amazing to see what God did. We met in a movie theater. The average person coming out was 10 to 20 years disconnected from church. If they'd ever been to church at all, we got to see a lot of people baptized, but it came to a moment where God was calling me out here to New Jersey. And one of the hardest parts about that was the transition between me leaving and who the new pastor would be taking over this young and growing church. Well, we tried the traditional route of getting somebody to come in and be like an interim pastor, but most of the pastors in the area didn't want to do interim work at a church that was that young. They were afraid to teach there, and they just didn't think that they would be equipped to really lead that well. And so here we are, this young church. Clearly God's calling us out, but what in the world are we going to do? Because who's going to get up and preach and teach, and who's going to help lead the congregation? Well, we had a strong group of leaders, and so we met in a movie theater, and the congregation said, well, hey, what if we tried this? What if we tried doing a Video Venue ministry? I had a mentor that was a preacher and teacher, a lot like I was, very similar style. And so I said, well, what if you guys used his videos each and every week during the sermon, and then you could focus on leading the congregation and connecting with people and doing outreach? Well, the congregation liked that idea so much, they did that for the next 6 months, and what followed was amazing. The leadership in the congregation grew. The ministry continued to move forward well. They planned outreach events and didn't miss a beat for the next 6 months until their new pastor was able to come out and then take over leadership of the congregation. But when he stepped in, what he found was a group of strong leaders ready to be and actively on mission in the community. See, Video Venue was an opportunity to help this young congregation move forward well, and now they're still thriving in Knoxville, Tennessee today. It's really cool to see. And so that's really the goal behind Video Venue ministry, is to help your congregation in this season of transition well to the next season of ministry and mission that God has for you. See, what Video Venue does is it takes one of the biggest rocks off the plate of ministry, which is the Sunday morning message. By taking the Sunday morning message off, you're able as a congregation to focus on two vital things: people and ministry. All your focus and attention can be on connecting with and engaging with people within the congregation and within the community, and doing the ministry that allows people to experience the love and the forgiveness of Jesus. And we'll focus on bringing a message that will help you engage with the Bible and learn more about what the gospel means for your everyday life. That's the power behind Video Venue ministry. The goal of this is that it'll be a time of transition. This will give you an opportunity to rest a little bit and figure out what that next season of mission is for your congregation, where God's taking you into the future. It'll give you an opportunity to continue gathering together around God's word and the sacraments, and then to be able to figure out, okay, God, where are you leading us in this next season, and who is the next person that's supposed to step in as a pastor of this church? That'll give you a little bit more time and space to figure that out. Now, a couple key points you need to keep in mind with Video Venue are this. Number one, don't apologize for having a message on video. The reality is most people in our culture today don't really care if the message is on video. If the worship is good and they get to connect with a community of people that are loving and welcoming, as long as the teaching's engaging, they're going to be engaged with the video. So you don't have to apologize for the fact that you don't have a live preacher and teacher. It could be a real asset for your ministry in this season. The other big thing you need to keep in mind is this: be in prayer for where God's leading you. You know, God's Spirit is what moves things forward. It's not techniques and clever things that we do. It's the Spirit of God that moves people forward. So be in prayer for God's Spirit to work. In this season, make sure that you've got a group of people that are gathered together early before the service and are praying together, praying for God to bring people out and what he's going to do in their lives, and praying for the direction of you as a church as you go out into your community, to the places you live, work, and play, to be able to share the gospel. It's prayer that's going to be a core center to this next season of ministry. And then finally, make sure you have a leadership team that communicates. Designate 1 or 2 people on your church's leadership team that will communicate with us how things are going. Weekly communication is really the best. And what we want to see is just how we can be of good support to you. We've got resources to be able to help you not just with a message, but with trainings and Bible studies and different outreach ideas and techniques. And we're happy to share all those things and be a partner with you in ministry. But we need to know how things are going. So make sure your leadership is in weekly communication with us to let us know what you need, how things are going, and what adjustments need to be made moving forward. I'm so excited for you guys in this next season. The following videos you're going to watch are going to help you learn more about how to do video venue ministry well. But just know this, we're in prayer for you and with you, and we're excited to partner with you in this new season of mission and ministry that God has.